Happy New Year 2019. Right, straight in with it. What can we talk about? Before, well, we'll do a helmets of the. I'm not going to do a helmets of the month for December. We're going to call it helmets of the month. We're going to call it helmets of the year. So, because what I've done, I've added them all up, December's and all the other months, and we've got a top 15, and it's going to be shocking. But the usual faces. But before we go through that, we'll just go through a few little things that have been going on. Let me think. Chisora, he lost in against Dillian White. Good luck to Dillian White. We'll talk about that later. Frampton, he got beat by Warrington. Got to give Josh Warrington credit. You know, he's come through all the levels, so he's done well. So good luck to Josh Warrington. I got that wrong. I think Carl Frampton's, I think he's on his way down now, and Josh Warrington's, I don't really think he's peaked yet. I think he probably is going to do well, that kid. So plus he's a Yorkshireman, so I'm happy for him. Dennis Hobson got married. I got refused to get on the plane at East Mid on the 2nd of January. I spilt a drink on my passport, and it's in hands at lawyers at the moment, so it's not good. The police held me 35 minutes because they took my passport off me. I couldn't get back. Couldn't get out of the airport, so I went back where I came with no ID, carrying a big bag. So wasn't very good. I did a video in the car. I don't know if I'm going to release it actually, because I wasn't in a good mood, and there was a bit of swearing in it. On the part 2 bit there were, I think, after half an hour. So, but that's Ryanair for you, innit? Who've just been voted the worst airline in Europe for the 6th year on the trot. If you've got a problem with your passport, they're supposed to type the protocol to type your details in manually. She typed my details in manually. This is after I got through 2 checkpoints, and my picture came up leaving Manchester, entering Sofia at Bulgaria, leaving Bulgaria 5 days later, and landing and getting in at Manchester. So she had 4 photographs of me. I gave her a screenshot of my passport from when I got my boarding pass, 2 previous passports and a driving licence. It didn't mean a thing. I spoke to Jet2, the staff there. They said, why don't they type it in manually? So you get jobs with us in life, don't you? So 350 quid out of pocket, and I didn't get to go to my pal's wedding, and plus it's my mate Rami's 60th birthday today, and they're still out there. So, but I would have been back on Sunday anyway, so I would have missed that, but I would have had a drink with him yesterday. So not a good start to the year, 2nd of January. I had a good Christmas though, but not a good start. But I've got a company called Flight Right, no win, no fee. They're dealing with it, and 99% chance of getting my money back plus compensation. So that's good, innit? So I'll probably let them crack on with it now, because it's out of my head now. After I've brewed on it for a few days, I usually move on very quick from setbacks. But yeah, I am gutted I didn't go, but what can you do? I did speak to Dennis after. I've not spoken to him for a few days. He probably got monk on because I said I wasn't going to go out there, because he wanted to get me out there this week. Come out, well, I've got you a ticket to come out, but no, I'm not a taker. And do you know what? I'm put off going to airports now. Plus my passport, the police eventually gave me it back, but I'm not going to go risking it again to be knocked back. So it wasn't a good start for me. Anyway, that's by the by now. I don't want to talk about that now. It's out of my head. I've got a few things jotted down here that we're going to talk about. I'm going to make a few videos today. My billboard's still up in Hyde Park in Doncaster, Dagenham Road, at the corner with Carhouse Road. There's some nice comments about it. That's going to be up there for another month, so have a look. Prediction League, a quick one on that. Prediction League. What I'm going to do, all those who want to be in the Prediction League, send me your emails. I'm going to have 15 people in it. I'm not going to get a board out because it'll be too time consuming. What I'll do, at the end of the year, if you send me I'm going to pick a show, right? Every week, I'm going to pick a show. These shows have to be on Sky or Box Nation, so it's pretty simple. These are the rules. These are the people I've got so far. There's me, Dale, Nichols, Dennis wants to be in it, NJ's in it, Kev's in it from this office, Colin Elliott, he's in it, 2, 4, 6. So there's room for 9 more people. There is a few more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Send your emails in with your predictions, and what you've got to tell me is you either want them to a straight win, which you get 3 points for. You can predict a KO, that's 4 points. You can predict a points win, that's 5 points. You can predict what round they're going to win in, 6 points. Or you can predict a draw, 7 points. So, if it's disqualification, we're going to call it a straight win. If they retire hurt, that comes under a KO or TKO. So that's basically it really. It's pretty simple. Box Nation shows or Sky shows or Channel 5 or Dave or Free Sports. But you have to send in your predictions by email and I'll save it all on the email. Now if you don't do every show, you're not going to get a good score at the end of the year, and winner will get a Porky poster, a Porky mug. What else are they doing? I'll sort you out a Porky t-shirt and 2 tickets VIP to a Dennis Hobson show in Sheffield. Alright? Now, people might say, oh, that ain't a lot, but think about it, you get after show tickets as well. So 2 VIP tickets for Dennis's with after shows, 220 quid. Porky t-shirt, I don't know if it's 35 quid then. I don't know, you'll have to check on K official website. That's 255. What else did I say? Poster, I don't know what they are. Say if they're a 5 or a 10er. 265. What else for that? Poster and a woolly hat. Well, they 17 quid. I'll pack it up to a 250 quid package. Alright? I'll get you both a beer in on night at after party. So you're looking at a 300 quid package there for winner. It ain't a lot, but it's the taking part, and sometimes it ain't always about what you win, it's about the respect. Because if I get beat doing this, I'm going to look a mug, aren't I? But Colin Elliott fancies his chances, so we're going to see how with Colin. But it's all about banter and interacting. I don't get the chance to interact on Twitter because, you know, you get people who are trolls running fake accounts to try and cause trouble and try and get them in a bite, things like that. So I don't interact. I don't interact on YouTube. I don't interact on Instagram. I shut that down. I don't know why now. I shut that down. I only just started it, but I just couldn't be bothered about it. So yeah, the trolls win, don't they, in the end? But I can say my bit in the video, so and nobody can like have a pop back to me. So that's it. So I do have the last say, don't I? But it ain't about that. It's about being right. But I can't believe the amount of people out there that go out of the way to I don't know, have a pop. I don't know, but. Anyway, so that's the prediction. That's the prediction thing out of the way. So the next show, we'll call it from the next Box Nation show, Free Sports, Channel 5, and next Sky show. Alright? I don't want to bother with American shows and that. We'll keep it a British themed one. Just send me emails in and I'll add them all up. And I'll keep it on here. And it's all on my computer. And then I'll give you a score at the end of the year on last Christmas show, on Sky show at Christmas, and then this time next year you'll be getting your package. Alright? and that's out of the way. Prediction League, we've done that. And first show. Prediction League rules on first show. Yeah, we've explained that. Helmets video, we're going to do that now. DeGale, Eubank, Browner, Pac-Man, Mayweather fighting winner. We'll talk about that later. What next for Dillian White? Chat that later. Khan, Crawford, Nicky Smedley I'm meeting later. Right, so basically we're on to helmets of the month. Helmets of the month. Sorry, helmets of the year. Helmets of the month. I'm not going to do an helmets at month for December 2018. I'm just going to add it up for year. I'll add it up for year. Right, in 15th place, helmet of the year, Asgi. Now, I don't know him. He works for Tyson Fury, doesn't he? From what I've heard, he's pretty loyal to him, so that's good, isn't it? But I can only go on what emails come in, can't I? So obviously, people want to vote people. It's a bit of banter in it. But from what I've heard, you know, he's a decent boxing trainer. He loves boxing. You know, so you can't knock that, can you really? And from, you know, he's boxing through and through. If you snapped him in half, he'd probably boxing gloves would pop out of him instead of blood. Probably one of them would come out of him when he goes to the toilet or something. I don't know. But you know, there's no wrong with loving boxing, as I love boxing myself. But Asgi's been voted helmet of the year. He's number 15. Michael Buffer, number 14. Well, Michael Buffer, you're probably going to look at Michael Buffer being helmet of the year number 14 pound for pound because of the things he comes out with. He is the original cringeinator, isn't he? Every time he puts a tweet out, he tags Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn, Frank Smith, and anybody connected to Matchroom, Adam Smith, all that lot. He tags all of them in, doesn't he? Why? Why does he do that? Hey, why not bring an apple for teacher? Hey, why not do that? So, Michael Buffer, helmet of the year number 14. John Rawlins, helmet of the year number 13. Quite surprising actually, John Rawlins, but I think after that show in Los Angeles when Tyson fought Wilder, some of the things John Rawlins were coming out with and leading up to it as well, I can understand why he's had loads of votes. So John Rawlins, you are a helmet of the year number 13. Number 12. Have a look. Barry Hearn. Oh, Bazza. He's always there, isn't he? He's probably there, helmet of the year, because he's been on a few helmet of the months, but the comments about the 50 million, it wasn't there, they didn't have it, and they wanted to see proof of funds, and then the money was there, but the fight's not good for 2 years, and blah de blah. Look, Anthony Joshua needs to fight somebody, doesn't he? He's got to fight somebody sooner or later. But it's becoming embarrassing now, and you know he's doing interviews saying, "Yeah, am I begging for the fight, Cougs? Yeah, of course I'm begging for the fight. You were offered 50 million, 50 million, right? Who's had that in heavyweight division? Mike Tyson didn't get that to fight Lennox Lewis in biggest fight ever at the time, biggest ever. It was as big as when Ali fought Fraser. So, you know, Joshua, he needs to step up, doesn't he? He's fighting guys that are Takam, Parker, Povetkin. Come on. Povetkin's in his 40th year. Parker's never beat a world champion. Takam's never been a world champion. And he's never beat a world champion either. Who is he going to fight next? Pulev? Andy Ruiz? You know, He needs to fight Dillian White next, in my opinion, Joshua. If he don't fight Dillian White, well, I don't know, because he's not going to fight Tyson Fury, he's going to get beat. I think Wilder knocks him out as well. So next down line you'd have to say is Dillian White. He couldn't fight Ortiz, he's 40, isn't he? Like Povetkin. You can't fight Ortiz, he's just been knocked out by Wilder. So he's fighting Wilder's leftovers, isn't he? Fight Dillian White, I know he's beat him once, but he's about best out there that he can fight, isn't he? But would the public fall for that fight? I don't know, but Barry Hearn, your helmet number 12. Number 11, Barry Jones. Barry Jones. I couldn't believe it. He's never been on it before, I don't think, but some of the emails that we've had in about Barry Jones, and it's probably down to the Tyson fight because it had a lot of publicity. His scoring was shocking, wasn't it? Who had Tyson winning first 4 rounds? Who? When you get to the end of a round and you put your arms up like that, it doesn't mean you won the round. The rounds were very hard to score. I mean, when I watched it and I seen it as a draw, I did a video and I got some stick for it, but I can understand how they got it as a draw, because when you watch it again with sound off, you give it to Tyson by 2 rounds. 2 rounds. I get it in by 2 rounds. Experts gave him it by 2 rounds. But if one judge has one of them 12 rounds wrong, where you take the knockdowns out, there's 10 rounds, isn't there? So if a judge has got 1 round wrong out of them 10, and he gives it to the other guy, so we don't win some of them rounds, will there? That's how you can see it's a draw. So all them people that give me stick, I want that far out, were I really? It was 2 rounds. Tyson Fury won by 2 rounds. So what, a robbery? Well, what is a robbery? If you beat somebody by 2 rounds and you don't get a decision, it's a robbery. If you win a football match by 2 goals and they say it's a draw, that's a robbery. Did he win? Yeah, he won the fight. He won the fight. You could tell at the end by Wilder's body language. But I can see how it's a draw. If a referee gets a mistake, mate, if the referee makes a mistake, 1 round mistake, you can make it a draw. But it's old news that now. Tyson took it on chin, his stock's gone up. Wilder's stocks, he's still world champion, but his stocks took a bit of a dive, hasn't it? So it's all a bit like up in arms now, what's going to happen. Will Dillian White get the Joshua fight? Yeah, I think he will. And I think Eddie Hearn will have to stack that card out to sell it. Because I think Eddie Hearn's got his back against the wall at the moment, hasn't he really? When you think about it. What are we on here? 19 minutes. 10 minutes. 11 minutes to go. His back's against the wall, Eddie Hearn's, at the moment. Do you know why? Because he's alienated people, hasn't he? That's what he does. He has a go at people like Al Heyman and Shirley Winkle, people like that. He's got me calling him it now, Shelley Finkel, Lou DiBella, Al Heyman. These guys have been putting multi-million-pound fights on years ago while Eddie Hearn were messing about trying to be a golf agent, and we all know he failed at that, don't we? Eddie Hearn tried to take that arrogant smugness onto the golfing scene, didn't he? Now, Lee Westwood's from Worksop. He's pals with people I know, and I can assure you that Eddie Hearn's arrogance and his smug were rubbing people up the wrong way in the golfing industry, just like it does in the snooker industry, and just like it is now doing in the boxing industry. Eddie Hearn doesn't run golf. He thinks he runs boxing. He's up there in the top 3 in boxing, isn't he? So he keeps telling us. But he's alienated himself now with Shelley Finkel, Al Heyman. They're out to get him now, they're coming after him, aren't they? And he's loving it, isn't he, putting himself in that mix. But it'd be interesting to see how powerful Eddie Hearn is without Sky. Because when their back's against the wall, they pull out if the numbers don't add up, don't they? Matchroom. We all know about that, don't we? They pulled out of boxing years ago. After Chris Eubank, what did they do in boxing? They didn't do anything, did they, till Carl Froch? Well, they did. What did they do in between Chris Eubank and Carl Froch? No, did they what? Barry Hearn only had Chris Eubank. No, who did he have as a world champion from debut? Herbie Hyde. They've only had Herbie Hyde as a world champion from debut. Eddie comes along. He had Charlie Edwards, Callum Smith, Cal Yafai, and Anthony Joshua. Eddie's had 4 world champions in 9 years. His dad had 1 world champion. Up to Eddie coming on the scene from 87. So his dad had what? Herbie Hyde in 22 years, 23 years. All he had were Herbie Hyde. So he's Barry Hearn, a great promoter. No, the pinch fighters from other people, don't they? But I'd say it's done great for snooker though. But as regards boxing, I think Barry Hearn's a bit like Nazim Hamid with boxing. I think the glass has been half full. But they've got lucky, haven't they, with all these casuals. They've milked it with this social media. They've got all these trolls on ticket deals, running 7, 8 accounts, 10 of them running. They've got across 7 different social media accounts, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the rest of them. 10 accounts each a day, 100 trolls. Every time Eddie puts a tweet out, they like it and comment. Every time Frank puts one out, they dislike it and comment. So he's bought into all that. He's got The Only Way, he's Essex. They've all got millions of fans, haven't they? They're all his mates, aren't they, from Sugar Hut? Powell all them up, hasn't he? He gets social media, Eddie, doesn't he? Mick Hennessy, Frank Warren, they don't get it, do they? But are we going to see some big changes? Yeah, I think we're going to see big changes. Massive ones. Really big ones. But where's he going with Callum Smith? Where's he going? What about Kell Brook? Amir Khan, what's happening there? Did Eddie Hearn ruin Kell Brook's career? You tell me. What's happening with Joshua against Wilder? They're begging now, aren't they? Right? Right, so number 10, Frank Warren. Frank Warren, helmet of the year, number 10. He's not done bad there. Not done bad. This next one's going to make you laugh, but I had 27 emails in space of 1 day. Now I don't know if you've been on Twitter, and well, you need to go on Twitter and have a look at Fury Power. And the guy that runs it is a guy called Philip. He's a taxi driver, aka calls himself Hot Stig, or is it Stig Power? I don't know. I mean, I didn't get him at first. I invited him to a couple of shows, a couple of Dennis's shows, and he came up in a tuxedo with his missus, who was quite fit. She's a school teacher. How are you doing, Heather? So they turned up, and he said, "Hi, the name's Stig, Hot Stig." You were like James Bond. Tuxedo, velvet jacket, and he came to after party, and I looked after him, but he started chugging up my timeline with stuff constantly all day, and I won't mind, but it's quite cringe, but I kind of get him now because he gets a lot of abuse, and I don't like to see people get threats. I'm no angel myself, but some of the stuff he gets is not nice that he gets sent him, and so I've thrown him an olive branch, but and I understand he loves boxing, he's passionate about it, and he wants to learn, so what's wrong with that? He's got this boxing thing going on in his head and social media interactor, and he's doing that while he's out in his cab, so he's not hitting anybody, is he? He's harmless. It is a bit cringe at times, but leave the lad alone, he's not hurting a soul. But he's in at number 9 helmet of the year. Stig, you are number 9 helmet of the year. Oh my god. Number 8, Jake Wood, helmet of the year. I couldn't even watch it after 10 minutes, the Jake Wood, Spencer Oliver, Danny Dyer thing the other night. I mean, they've got that pound for pound podcast, but it's ended up on IFL. Why is it going on IFL? Why is that? Why is a podcast getting to go on IFL? I don't get that, mate. Do you lot get that? Why? Is it, favours for favours with Coogie Bear? What is all that about? What is that about? I don't know. What happened to their world tour? Oh, tour around England. But Eddie earned number 6, helmet of the year. Eddie should be higher than that, but there's that many casuals now. They're not going to vote for Eddie for being helmet at month. So, and adding them all up, he's ended up 6th for year. Sorry, number 7. Sorry, number 6 is Spencer Oliver. Spencer Oliver, you are the helmet of the year, number 7, pound for pound. Some of the things that you come out with, Spencer Oliver, on Sky is cringe. I thought you were a great fighter though, but some of the stuff is cringe. You need to start speaking the truth about what's going on. You know boxing inside out. You're a trainer, you were a great fighter, your dad were a great trainer. You've got boxing in your blood, Spencer. Stop coming out with utter nonsense and kiss-arsing people like Adam Smith. Speak what you want to say. Don't just come out with all that cringe stuff when you're on IFL and unbelievable and constantly kiss-arsing. I've got no time for that, mate. No time for it. I could say a lot worse, but I don't want to be messing about with editing because K-Official do all my editing. I keep saying I'm going to try and do it myself, and I've got a design team coming to show me how to work stuff this week, and there's going to be some changes, and Porky's going to have a go at editing, so God help me. Spencer Fearon, number 5. Spencer Fearon, helmet of the year, number 5. I don't even think we can comment about Spencer Fearon, can we? We know he's a helmet, so I think the least said about him the better. Anthony Joshua, number 4. You are a helmet of the year, Anthony Joshua. Why? Because you're not fighting anybody, and that behaviour at Dylan White Chisora fight afterwards in ring, that got you loads of emails and loads of votes for, and I've added it up for you. You are a helmet, Anthony Joshua. Why? Because you're not fighting anybody, and we all know that you're not really like you are in front of cameras. We all know what you like behind the camera, so be yourself, be your own man. Be like Dillian White. So, and then we've got down to the last 3. Adam Smith is number 3. I think Lee said about him, aka Mr. Bean, or as my mate Dale Nichols says, Beanie. Adam Smith, you are helmet of the year, number 3. Take a bronze medal, pound for pound. Johnny Nelson, number 2. Pound for pound, helmet of the year. You are the cringeinator. Oh my God. And that leaves us with the one and only, you know who it is, don't you? Who can it be? Who can it be? The number 1 helmet of the year is, come on, Tony Bellew. You are a helmet of the year. You are cringe, and all this about you changing your name to Anthony Bellew. Oh my God, you are cringe. Everything you do is cringe. Oh my God. Tony Bellew, take a bow, son. You are helmet of the year 2018 on Porky's Corner. Pound for pound helmet. Good night and God bless. Shout out to my sponsors.